Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Lilac. Uh, you'll forgive me if I sound a little under the weather. I am. I don't know. I don't think it's Cove. I think I've still got my sense of taste and stuff, but I don't know. I've been a little under the weather for the last couple of days, really. Lilac Marcos, what's going on? Yeah, I got like a runny nose, and I still have my sense of taste. So that's well, my sense of food taste, my sense of fashion is probably still very off. But I got like a stuffed nose and stuff, and it's running a little bit. So I apologize if I sound a little under the weather, and if I have to call it a little bit early, I might end up doing that just to be safe. Man, Spider, I'm doing okay, other than feeling a little crummy. How are you doing? But hi, everybody. Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully you are feeling well, getting ready for the new year, getting ready for to start it all over again, I guess. I want to jump. What is this? I want to jump into the elephant, but I'll wait for a few more to get optimal annoyance. Which elephant? What do you mean? Because there could be a lot of different things. That could mean a lot of stuff going on. Kaito, what's going on? I learned how to do a 16-star run of Mario 64 yesterday, so I felt pretty good. Oh, Fett. Here's the thing. I don't know that I have much to say about the show right now. Just because it was good, but it there wasn't enough. Like, it's sort of like we had said before. Getting ads for fancy flip phones. What year is it? Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I think my only issue with FET was just they should have put 2 episodes at once. They really should have put 2 episodes up at once. The first episode was great, but it was the beginning of his backstory and barely any setup for what is going on, other than the idea of it's the beginning of him taking over. But other than that, there wasn't really a lot going on. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know what the vibe of this series is going to be yet. So I really think that they should have put 2 episodes up instead of 1. That being said, it's not like I'm not on board, right? There was nothing there to tell me, oh, this is going to be a problem. I thought it was an okay start to the series. It needed a second episode. Also, I wasn't a fan of the start. See, I was a fan of it. I like how it starts. But, like, I like that backstory. I like the backstory of what happened there, and they took away. Like, I know that, I think you were saying on Discord that you liked the mystery. I liked finding out the mystery. I liked the backstory of it all, because that's what this is all about. You know, all of this interconnectivity, the best thing about interconnectivity in something like Star Wars is that you have all of these questions and now they kind of get answered. I like the answers to some of that stuff. The first thing should have still been a mystery. Part of what made FET so popular was we didn't know anything. We just heard things. The mystery of a man was more than the man itself. I like most of it. It was one specific thing I would prefer remain a mystery. See, yeah, I like the clarification of the mystery. I prefer that. I think that's, you know, my interest in FET was never. We'll never know how that happened. But my interest in FET was never centered around that. It was all if that aspect of it was always, I wonder what happened. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's the thing, is that for me it was always, I kind of guess what happened, but I wonder what really happened. And so I was fine with that. Like that's a mystery I like. You have the SSD in? How is it? Have you used it? Have you started your computer with it yet? I mean, you're here typing, so probably. I'm so excited. Everything. It's so wild, Manda. You'll never go back. You'll never go back. If you right now go and use an old laptop or something, or go to a family member's house and you turn on their computer, you're gonna think, oh my God, I put up with this for my entire life. For my entire life. I put up with computers that start like this. But Lilac, hold on, what do we got? Lilac, Marcos, Man Spider, Kaito, Manda, Dragoon, Gorilla, Cameron, Winkler, what's going on? Hello, everybody. I said this a second ago, but I'll say it again. I apologize if I sound a little bit under the weather, because I am. I still have my sense of taste, so I don't think it's the Cove. Hopefully it's not. I have my vaccination, but I did not have my booster. So hopefully this won't be too dramatic. If it is Cove, unfortunately, I'm going to need to schedule some sort of a test or something. The problem is I don't know how much, because I live in America, so I have no idea how much the test is going to cost me, right? It should be something that's free, but it's not. That part of what I mean, I like the thinking how it could have happened. It was still badass all the same. I'm wondering if they'll bring in a certain character or two later. You may not leave Sagers. You're trapped forever. On my way to Barnes & Noble, so I'm Uncle Duty's. Also stopping by Pizza Hut. Oh, I like that Hut. It's spelled with 2 T's there. I'm scared of wiping my HDD because I cloned them, but I want some open space. That's always it, Manda. You know what? It's one of those things where I have most of my old hard drives, right? Because I'm always afraid that, oh, maybe I'm going to need something on there and I don't remember. And there they sit untouched for years, if not decades. They don't go anywhere. For me, I would just get a new hard drive and then just keep the old one just in case. I got mine a few days ago. Oddly enough, I didn't get sick after I got the booster, unlike the first 2 times. Yeah, the booster's a weird one. The booster's one that I keep hearing. Some people are getting sick, some people aren't. He keeps pawing at the blind door. Thinking you're right. He left. Oh, he left now. Oh yeah. He. That's the kitchen. So he was like, Pizza the Hut. He likes to go in there and sit on the radiator and look out the window. So I would like to talk about what happened yesterday. Let me talk about what happened yesterday. Was this in before bit rot on your hard drive after 10 years? Yeah, I mean, that's probably true too. I would like to talk about what happened yesterday. So I've been on the fence for a little while about getting an Oculus. I've been on the fence in general about VR. This is something that I've talked about before. I did a short video about this, about why I think AR would have been a better route than VR. I had meant to do a video about what my biggest problem with VR was, which I did talk about before, and I've talked about before as far as a lot of the stuff that I have seen for VR, feels more like tech demos than it feels like actual games. So I've been really on the fence about it. But there are things that I wanted to try. There was stuff like Beat Saber. There was the space exploration thing, which is like a free thing. And obviously, and honestly, I just wanted to try it out. I just wanted to give it a shot. Christmas Eve, I went to my family's, and my nephew had an Oculus. He had an Oculus Quest. Oculus Quest 2. I'm saying Oculus as if there's only one of them. What I mean is Oculus Quest 2. So I finally got to try it out. I tried out a demo for Beat Saber. Oh, that rhythm game. There was another anime-style rhythm game that I thought was called Melty World. And it's not Melty World. It's Kizuna AI. Kizuna AI is, or I don't know if it's Kizuna I. No, Jet. It's my niece's son, which I think is still nephew. It's my niece's son. So I tried that out. I tried those out, and then I watched a video on like a VR video. Yeah, great nephew, I guess is what we're called. Oh my God, I don't even want to say that. So great nephew. So I finally got to try it out. It did make me sick. Didn't. It sounded like I said did there. Did not make me sick. I didn't freak out when I put it on my face, right? I couldn't see anything, and like I was very cognizant of my environment while wearing it, so I was okay. So I very much enjoyed it. I've been on the fence for a while. Of course, that turned into, all right, now I kind of want one of these. So I went into heavy research mode. I went into deciding what I was going to do. I went into looking to see if I wanted to sell anything, which I literally only found 2 things that I wanted to sell out of my collection. So I started looking at my finances, and I was thinking about the fact that income tax season is right around the corner. So I was like, okay, I always buy myself something nice with income tax. This is probably going to be the thing that I buy with income tax. So, but I'll get it now. And, you know, I basically figured out reasons to say it was okay, is what I did. One of the reasons that I did this, that I decided was, and I posted this on Twitter, I am starting to see more and more people that have had COVID. There are a couple of people online that I've seen that have COVID or that had it. I know a couple people that either just had it or or having symptoms that are kind of like it. I currently am feeling a little bit sick. I think it's related to a tooth infection that I have, but I don't know. I still have my sense of taste, so that's the big one that I don't know if that is like the actual indicator or not, but I'm more confident right now. And then I've got off for the next couple of days, so I'm going to isolate myself for the next few days and see how I feel. I wear my mask everywhere I go except for the gym, but I haven't been to the gym all week. So I'm sort of taking this week off of the gym. So basically what my brain is telling me is that we could be headed towards another shutdown. We really could be headed towards another shutdown. If that happens, I would like to be prepared with things to do. And obviously, I've got a backlog of games, if I even want to call it a backlog anymore. Streaming, watching a lot of shows, streaming services, and I figure something like Oculus would also give me something else to do. So this is my justification for it. So I lost my taste when I had the vid, and it was bananas. Oh, well, Amanda, how do you know it was bananas if you couldn't taste anything? Don't I have a thing that says bananas? I thought I had a button that says bananas. I don't know. Right now I have Ring Fit. Right, I've got, I downloaded, what is that, Clip Studio Paint. So I've got a lot of stuff to do. So in the bad case scenario that we get to a shutdown again, I have things to do now. Dragon Cat, what's going on? So I made the decision. I was gonna go get one. I was gonna go get. I had $100 from Christmas money. So I was gonna go get one. So I'm like, okay, look it up on Best Buy. Best Buy says they have them in stock. I stand in line for 25 minutes because there is one person working in that entire department, and God knows every transaction that you do in the electronics department takes 20 minutes. They want to go through the financing options. They want to ask you if you need any accessory, which is fine. That's what they do. But when you only have one person, that holds everything up. So I stand there with one person in front of me for 25 minutes. I get up there. She goes back. She comes back. She apologizes profusely. They don't have it. All right. She could tell I'm pissed, right? She could tell that I was upset. Not at her, but I'm pissed off because I just wasted all this time. And I finally made the decision to make the leap, and I can't even do it. So I drove up the street to Target. I go to Target. Target has the 256 gig ones, and that's it. So I'm like, okay, I can't spend the money on that. So I asked the person there, you have, okay, that was weird. I was like, I see you have the 256 gig ones. Are you able to open up the case and make sure that they're not the 128 ones? Because I want the 128 one. So she opens it up. She's like, no, they're 256s. So okay. They've got a rack of things that they're about to put on the shelf. There's 128 gig in there. So I was like, okay, Put that aside for me. Let me walk around a little bit. Long story shorter, I bought the Oculus. So I am now an Oculus user. Oculus Quest 2. My early experiences. Hold on. My early experiences. So I get it all set up. I go to Facebook. I log into my Facebook for the first time literally in years. Because I had a Facebook account. I just didn't use it. I thought I shut it off. I never deleted it, but I thought I had shut it off. And when I opened it up, it went right to it. So I linked it. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. It cracks me up because people keep saying, I keep seeing this thing, and there's this thing that I had heard, and I even thought about this for a while. A while ago, I was thinking about this. You have to have a Facebook account to use Oculus, to have it linked to the account. It cracks me up because constantly, when I go to videos that we're talking about Oculus, is it the best choice? What's a good choice for VR? Good entry level VR. The comments all the time. Oh, I don't want to give my information to Facebook. I don't want to give Zuckerberg my information. You use Google, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, and if anybody uses Pinterest anymore, and any number of other websites that collect your information. The idea that you don't want to use Facebook and link it to an Oculus account because you don't want them to collect your information, and the fact that you're saying that on literally any other social media platform is hysterical to me. Do you think that Facebook is going to collect your information and that Twitter and Google and all these other sites aren't? Do you honestly think that they're not collecting your information? I hate to sound like a dystopian future, dystopian present, really. But it's true. Everybody admits that everything collects your information. You have multiple websites out there that have your credit card information on it right now. I promise you. Anybody who has your credit card information on your Sony account, your Switch account, your Amazon, they all have your information. So that whole thing about like, oh, Facebook, they're going to collect your data. They're all going to collect your data. They all already do it. Oh, it's and that's what I talked about. The vaccine was a conspiracy by Bill Gates and the government to track you and monitor you. Yeah, and the fact that and we just like, oh no, they're gonna put a chip inside of you so you can track it. I don't think so, and it's typed from your cell phone. They're already tracking you. They're already tracking you. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but they kind of are. They kind of are. So I set everything up, got it going, and I tried out a few things, downloaded a few things, tried out some stuff. Also, the fact that data collecting is basically paying for you to use those websites. So what did I try? Obviously, I downloaded the Beat Saber demo. It sucks that it's only one song, and it sucks that it's only on normal. I can't make it any harder. I downloaded that Kizuna AI demo. That was pretty fun. It's only 2 songs. It's not really a demo. Apparently, it's just a full game, but then you have to buy song packs. So it's technically the full game. Yeah, why sneak in a tracker when you're willingly giving them your information already? I tried the mission space thing. It's ISS mission space, I think is what it's called. It made me sick in about 10 minutes. I played it for about 10 minutes, and I started to get a little queasy, so I stopped. I am going to keep trying, though. I'm going to keep trying because I want to get to the point where I am able to play for longer and longer and longer. I I downloaded VR chat. I watched a ton of videos about this stuff, so I am prepared for the horrors on some level. I downloaded VR chat, but I didn't use it. I downloaded it, and then I started to try and do the avatar thing, and then it was a little bit late, so I decided to stop, and I figured I would just wait until I've got more time to dedicate to trying this thing. I've got tomorrow off and then the weekend, so I'm going to try it then. I did not try Tetris Effect. So here's the thing. I didn't buy any games. I haven't actually made a purchase. Rex, it's going okay. How are you doing? I haven't actually made any purchase. I am hesitant to make a purchase. And here's why. I think the first thing I'm going to buy for the Oculus is actually the link cable. A couple different videos that I watched said the same thing. You're better off buying the link cable when you have the opportunity to do so. Buying the link cable, plugging it to your PC, and using games from Steam VR. Because when you hook it to your PC, the games are going to run better, and you're going to have access to a larger library. So I am hesitant to buy the games on the Oculus store. What I don't know is if I buy something like Tetris, because Tetris Effect is on the Oculus store and it's on the Steam store. If I buy it from the Steam store, will I have access to it wirelessly on my Oculus? This is what I don't know, and I'm hoping somebody here knows. Or will because I should technically have access to the Steam store through my Oculus home base. What the hell do you call it? Yeah, see, I don't know. I didn't actually try. I need to load it up and go into Steam through the Oculus store and see if I can buy games from Steam and load them right onto the Oculus. Yeah, see, I wouldn't think so either. So I need to see if I can do that. But that's why I'm hesitant to buy certain games. Well, I'm hesitant to buy anything on the Oculus store because I might, like VR chat, for instance, what I was seeing was that mainly because you need the link cable. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. For all I know, on the Oculus, on my, is there an Oculus app for Steam games? Because I could probably just go to Steam and buy it that way. Like, maybe I can link my account. See, I don't know. I just didn't do any of this stuff yet. So that's one of my biggest hesitations. So I think my first purchase for Oculus is actually going to be the link cable, a physical item. Then I'll think about whether or not I want to be buying any games. I do want to try the VR chat, though. Apparently, you can do the VR chat on PC. So I downloaded it for Steam on PC, and I'm going to try it like that. And then I can, when I add my VR headset to my PC, I'll be able to do the actual VR experience. What about Blade and Sorcery? That video was crazy. I need to take a look more at, and that's the thing, I haven't really explored a lot of games yet. I haven't explored any games. And again, if I'm going to do Blade and Sorcery Outer Rim mod, I would need it on PC. I would need a PC version of the game because from what I understand, you can't do mods on Oculus. So I would need to wait for the PC version. Yeah, you can do the VR chat without VR. So what I'll probably do is start it on PC, and then when I get the link cable, I'll be able to do the actual VR experience. Yeah, the mods are only going to be on PC. So all of this stuff that I think that might be cool, I have to wait for PC, which means I have to wait for the link cable. The problem is that the link cable is like $60-$70. So unfortunately, that's a big purchase. So unless I sell these two games quickly, I'm going to have to wait a little bit for that. So it's going to be more free experiences on the Oculus store. As far as the device itself, I think it's awesome. So far, I haven't had any problems with it other than that space video where I got a little sick. Do you have games on Steam that include VR? Do I? Let me see. I don't have a lot of Steam games. Because it was always, the funny thing is, I don't have a lot of Steam games because I was never a huge PC player. So I never really liked the idea of being tied to my PC. Now I'm probably going to focus a little bit more on Steam just because it's going to have the VR stuff. I do not think so. I don't think I have anything here that is VR driven. No. I don't have anything here that's VR driven. No. I don't have anything VR driven. Or VR compatible, I should say. For anyone wondering about Sword and Sorcery, Blade and Sorcery. Yeah, what's it called? Blade and Sorcery, right? Blade and Sorcery. Hold on, let me see this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks awesome. You best get on those winter deals. That's the other thing, Ronan, is that the Steam store is going to have sales. The Oculus store, I don't know what they're selling. For instance, Tetris Effect Connected on Oculus is $30. It's $40 on Steam, but it's on sale right now for $26. So I should probably get on that. I should probably buy that one quick. And again, I just won't be able to do the VR until I get the link cable, which I don't know. Maybe I'll dig into my savings and go and get a link cable today. Oh, and then I don't even have a USB-C port on my computer. So I'm gonna need the link cable and then an adapter and hope that the adapter works. I got 4 games off for that sale. So my question is, do you know Star Ocean First Departure is currently on? Yeah. That's going to be on sale for a little bit. That was one of the games I almost picked up with my eShop money. Do you what VR games do you guys have? Do you guys have any VR games? I just bought Dragon Age Inquisition for like $5. I never played it before. A while ago like a couple of years ago. At the Goodwill store, I walked in and they had a stack of PS3 games and they had all like the 3 Dragon Age games. Dragon Age, it was Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Origins. Hot take, I don't like VR. Also, hi Greg. Heath, I wasn't a big VR person, but when I tried it, I think I just wasn't a big VR person because I still feel like a lot of the experiences just feel like tech demos. And I was always worried that it was going to get me sick. The first time I ever tried VR, it did make me a little queasy and it was not optimized very well. But when I tried it on Christmas Eve, I was like, okay, this is actually a good experience. Dragon Age Inquisition is a fun game. Origins is still the better game, but Inquisition is still good. Yeah, so I have 3 Dragon Age games for PS3 and never played any of them. Do they come in VR? That'd be great. Oh, you know what I did? You know what I did with the Oculus? There's this thing called First Steps, and I guess it's like a little tutorial about how to control your hands and how to pick things up and move things around. I don't know why I played that for like a half. It's not even play, right? It's got a couple little mini games on it, and then you literally just have a desk in front of you that has stuff that you can fiddle with, and I did that for like half an hour. It's so funny. That's okay, Heath. That's totally fine. What's this? I need vials for these potions I'm making. Hey, AGM. I have games that include VR like Ballistic NG, which is a Wipeout spiritual successor. I feel bad because I love Mass Effect, but never any DA games. Yeah, I love Mass Effect, but the Dragon Age stuff. You know what my problem with the Dragon Age stuff always was? It was that Dragon Age is a lot like Fallout in the sense that people make it sound like it's this grand scope thing. And I just sort of strayed away from, like, Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect, but I don't remember anybody ever telling me, oh, I spent 200 hours on Mass Effect. 200, 300 hours. I've had people. I remember when Dragon Age was like a huge thing, and there were people like, "Oh yeah, I've got like 250 hours on Dragon Age." I'm like, I don't want to spend that much time. And I say that, and I have like 800 hours in Monster Hunter or something. I have some crazy number of hours in Monster Hunter, but I didn't want to do that. And they do it with Fallout. People do it with Fallout. They make it sound like these gigantic things, and it's like it's intimidating for me to want to get into an experience that big. Even though I know that if I do, I'll get into it. I'll be totally into it. I'm playing Mass Effect 3 right now. It's so good. Like 800 sounds about right. I'm back. OMG, pizza and wings were so good. I remember 1,000 hours in Warframe. I have Warframe on my PC and I just haven't played it. Did I like Breath of the Wild? I did like Breath of the Wild. I think I have about 300 or 350 hours in Breath of the Wild, but I definitely burned myself out in that game, and I have not had any interest in going back to it. I downloaded the Champions. What is it? Trial of the Champions or something? Champions Ballad, whatever the heck it's called. I never tried it. I paid for the DLC and never played it. The reason DAO had like 200 hours was due to the different story paths, be it race, gender, and background. While the base story is the same and one run is around 40. See, that's not bad. That's good, Lilac. No one ever told me that. Champions Ballad. Random, but I bought a Series X today. Congratulations. I'm glad you were able to find one. I still have not seen any of those systems in stores. I've never walked into Best Buy or Target or Walmart or anywhere, and they just had PS5s and Series X's. Try Warframe. No, you know what, Ronan? I actually did try Warframe. It's a long story, but I ended up getting a code for Warframe that gave me some equipment and like 100,000 of whatever the money is. So I downloaded the game and loaded up the code just so I can get access to that stuff because it was going to expire. So I tried the game for a little bit. I definitely need a controller for that game. I am not a mouse and keyboard player. I tried with mouse and keyboard. It's the learning curve is just too high for me, and I didn't feel like experiencing it. I definitely need a controller for that game. Can I play that in VR? That'd be great. DA1 and DAI are a lot more streamlined. What? It's the racial side. The completion is still around the same length, 40 to 60 hours in terms of freedom and impact. It's basically medieval fantasy Mass Effect. See, that sounds great. That's a great endorsement for the game. I also have 50 hours in both Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and SA2. I have FNAF VR for the kids, Tetris Effect, and also the Vader VR game. What's that? It's like, what's that called? It's like Vader Immortal or something. Is that what that is? Why do I think that's what it's called? Not very long, but if you can get it on sale, like I did, it was like $5 and worth it. I'm seeing PS5s, but in Mexico, they're like $800. You can get a Series S pretty easily right now. Warframe is best with friends in my experience. I can't get into it solo. I have the PS5 AMD Series X. You can use your PS4 controller because Steam uses PS4 pads. Okay. Yeah, Vader Immortal. That's what it's called. Breath of the Wild is my favorite game because I'm a schmuck. I love that. I love Breath of the Wild. It's just I burned myself out on it. I did the same thing with Mario Odyssey. I played so much of it that I have no interest in going back to it. Vader Immortal is great, but not worth more than $10 for the 3 episodes at most. What about this Star Wars? What the heck is it called? Tales from Galaxy's Edge? Tales from Galaxy's Edge, I think. Most of my time, I'm more afraid. Yeah, I can tell you right now that if I do sit down and really try Warframe out, that's mostly going to be by myself. Everybody says that about Monster Hunter. Everybody says with Monster Hunter is so much better with friends. I probably played multiplayer Monster Hunter World maybe 3 or 4 times, and the only reason I played Rise multiplayer anymore was because we did it on stream. Yeah, that's another one that I want to look at. Star Wars Squadrons. I feel like Star Wars Squadrons is going to make me sick, though. I feel like Star Wars Squadrons is going to make me sick. Imagine spending 1,000 hours in a game, hides Final Fantasy 14 playtime and Final Fantasy 9 playtime. I wish I could go back and look up how much time I had played on Warcraft, on WoW. That's funny. I played Monster Hunter. Yeah, Monster Hunter was a solo experience for me. What's it? And you played Monster Hunter wrong? Oh, Monster Hunter was better with friends. Ever since they made adaptive difficulty, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, okay. I think I'm at 9,200 hours on... Oh, my God. 9,200 hours on a game. That's so crazy. But if it's... I mean, you're definitely getting your money's worth. There. But yeah, I'm can't wait till Halo Infinite has online co-op. I still have yet to play it. I still have yet to, I don't want there to be a shutdown, right? I don't want there to be another shutdown because the shutdown really screwed up a lot of people. A lot of people just did not know how to handle it. But damn it, I feel like another shutdown will give me some time to play some games. I'm currently enjoying my time with Metroid Fusion. I just opened the Red Door. Fusion is such a great game. Fusion is such a fantastic game. Halo Infinite has weak guns. See, now, Ronan, I don't mind that. Halo Infinite has weak guns. I don't mind that because weak guns, as long as they're all like that, means it has a high TTK. It has a high time to kill. And I like when games have a high time to kill because it gives you more playtime. You don't... The biggest problem that was going on, well, the other biggest problem that was going on with Warzone for a little while was that the TTK was very low. So if somebody got the drop on you, you were dead. Because by the time you were able to react to getting shot, 5 bullets and you were dead. And it wasn't any fun. So I like when the TTK is a little bit higher because it gives me a chance to react. And it gives me, it means that every engagement doesn't automatically mean I die. Played it with me to get me, what? Played it with me to get me into it. The human side of me doesn't want to shut down, but the gamer side of me is like, let's go. Yeah, every gun got nerfed. You mean like every other Halo game? Because Halo always had. Yeah, Halo TTK, I don't know. The only time the Halo TTK was really bad was... What, Halo 1 with the pistol? The pistol was probably... I would argue that the pistol was the most overpowered weapon in Halo ever. Because it was so... It was very accurate, but it only took a couple of shots, especially if you hit them in the head. It was so powerful. I like now that we had one before... we would be able to plan and utilize time better if there was another. Part of the issue was people didn't know how to react with their sudden free time. Also, no one knew how long it would go on, so they didn't want to start big projects. Not to mention that the infrastructure, that the individual infrastructure wasn't there. People were scrambling to figure out how to use Zoom and Skype and all of these different things. Now that structure is kind of there for a lot of people. So if we had to go into another shutdown situation, there would be a lot more people that would say, I am already equipped for this. I am already equipped for this. Yeah, the pistol in Halo 1 was ridiculously broken. Oh, what I meant to say was that I get it, but for me, it's so weird to see that people play Monster Hunter 90% solo. But to be fair, I got into it by having friends who played it with me to get me into it. Oh, okay. The Needler was insane in Halo 2 because you can dual wield them. Oh, God. Hey, I remember the Needler. It was so tough to use, though. I had a hard time using it. Hey, David, you pretty much missed all of it. We're going to get into the game here in a second. I'll say while another shutdown will be annoying, as a whole, we as a whole are far more prepared for it. Absolutely. But then there's also the elephant in the room for the last lockdown with how the U.S. almost burned to the ground. Yeah, somebody said that on Twitter about how they'll never let another shutdown happen over here because what did they say on Twitter? They're like the last time there was a shutdown, we got dangerously close to eating the rich. And they'll do anything they can to stop that from happening again. Wait, we play games on this channel? Occasionally. Occasionally we play a game. All